Hello students, today we will study about fourth normal form and fifth normal form. Till now we have completed till first normal form, second normal form, third normal form and BCNM. That is Boyce-Codd normal form. So now we are starting from normal form. So basically for studying fourth normal form we should know about multi-valued dependency. So if two or more independent relations are kept in a single relation, or we can say that the presence of one or more rows is affecting the presence of one or more other rows in the same table, then we call it multi-valued dependency, because one value is depending means one or more values are depending upon the one value of a table. So multi-valued dependency, hence the name. So if we are trying to put it in another way, so we can say if two attributes in a table are independent of one another but both depend on a third attribute, a multi-value dependency then occurs. A multi-valued dependency always requires at least three attributes, because it consists of at least two attributes that are dependent on a third. For a dependency, we use this arrow-like structure to represent it. If for a single value of A, multiple value of B exists, then the table may have multi-valued dependency. The table should have at least three attributes, and B and C should be independent. For this is called as multi-valued dependency. If we have three attributes in a table A, B, C, and if two values are dependent on one value, that is basically A is multi. This is represented by this double arrow known as multi-valued dependency. So here now we have an example when three attributes are there in a table: person, mobile, food likes. Person names and mobile names and food likes. So here we can say that person is multi-determines mobile, person multi-determines food likes. We can read as person multi determines. Normally we read as person determines mobile. Now we have multi dependency, so we are reading it as multi determines mobile. A function dependency is a special case of multi-value dependency. In a functional dependency, x determines y. Every x determines exactly one y, never more than one. So now we are studying fourth normal form. Basic condition for all the normal forms is that it should be satisfied the previous normal form, then only it can be applicable for the next normal form. So fourth normal form is a level of database normalization where there are no non-trivial multi-value dependencies other than a candidate key. It builds on the first three normal forms: first NF, second NF, third NF, and Boyce-Codd normal form BCNF. It states that in addition to a database meeting the requirements of BCNF, it must not contain more than one multi-valued dependency. So the fourth normal form, in easy language we can say that it states that after being applicable the BCNF on a normal form, if it is satisfying, then we will have to check that whether it is containing more than one multi-valued dependency. If it is containing, means it's not in fourth normal form. So for fourth normal form, there should be only one multi-valued dependency. The properties of fourth normal form: a relation R is in fourth normal form if and only if the following conditions are satisfied. It should be in the Boyce-Codd normal form BCNF. The table should not have any multi-valued dependency. A table with a multi-valued dependency violates the normalization standard of fourth normal form because it creates unnecessary redundancies and can contribute to inconsistent data. To bring this up to fourth normal form, it is necessary to break this information into two tables. So to avoid the redundancy, unnecessary redundancies or inconsistency of data, we need to break the table into two parts or two tables. So now we are considering an example. Consider the database table of a class which has two relations. R1 contains student's ID SID and student's name SName, and R2 contains course ID CID and course name CName. So this is the example of two tables R1 and R2. R1 contains SID and SName. R2 contains CID and CName. So this is the table. These S1, S2 are SID, C1, C2 are CID, A and B are SName, C and D are CName. Student name and course name. When their cross product is done, it resulted in multi-valued dependencies. Now we see how multi-valued dependency has come in the table. So now here we are taking the cross product of these two relations. So we got S1, S1, S2, S2, A, A, B, B, then CID, C1, C2, C1, C2, name, C, D, C, D. Multi-value dependencies are student ID multi-determines course ID. Student ID multi-determines course ID. Student ID multi-determines course name. Student ID multi-determines course name. Student name multi-determines course name. So here, when multi-value dependency is further generalized, we get joint decomposition. If the join of R1 and R2 to relations over C is equal to the relation R, then we can say that a joint dependency exists, where R1 and R2 are the decomposition R1 and R2. R1 is A, B, C and R2 is C and D of a given relation R, A, B, C, D. Alternatively, R1 and R2 are a lossless decomposition of R. So, when we will rejoin them, R1 and R2, we will get lossless decomposition, means no loss while joining, while breaking and joining again. So, this is called lossless decomposition. So, how this is joining dependency? It is basically when we are taking join of R1, R2, Rn is said to hold over a relation R if R1, R2 up to Rn is a lossless join decomposition. The ABCD CD will be a joint dependency of R if the join of joins attribute is equal to the here R1, R2, R3 is used to indicate that relation R1, R2, R3 and so on are a joint decomposition of R. Let R is the relation schema R1, R2, Rn be the decomposition of the relation R. So R of R is said to satisfy joint dependency if and only if this condition holds. So joining from 1 to n, the project of this R table Ri, where I is I equal to 1 to n of R is equal to R. Here we have two tables R1 and R2. So this is another example that we are taking. First table R1 company, C1 and C2, product, this 3 types of products spread over 4 columns. Then agent Aman Mohan, and company C1 C2 C1. So here we can say that company multi-determines product, and here in this table we can say that agent multi-determines company. Yes, because this Aman, which is agent, is determining C1, and here this is Aman, again Aman is also determining C2. So it is multi-determining attribute. Here this company C1 is also determining the product pen drive, C1 is also determining the product mic. So basically in logical way, if we think that a company can make many products, so many products would be named as company, suppose C1. So all those products will be dependent on the company. So this way we are saying that the company multi determines the product. Then we have another table R3, where we have these agents and these products. Here we can say that agent multi-determines the product, because these 3 are same agent, and he is determining pen drive, determining mic, then determining speaker. Now we have applied join on these 3 tables R1, R2 and R3. Now we get company C1, C2, C1, pen drive, mic, speaker, Aman, speaker, Aman. So here agent is determining the product. Because the multi specialty is in agent, so that's why we have written this in the left side, and the right side will be the single thing that will be determining. Okay, so here multiple agents, or one agent is determining multiple product, so that's why here the sign comes multi determines. Now we study fifth normal form. A relation R is in fifth normal form if and only if joint dependency in R is implied by the candidate keys of R. A relation decomposed into 2 relations must have lossless joint property, which ensures that no spurious or extra tuples are generated when relations are united through a natural join. So we understand it here easily that in 5NF, obviously 4th NF is compulsory, and after that it should have lossless join property. When a relation is decomposed into 2 or more relations, when we are joining them back, they should have lossless join property. There should not be any loss of data, and there should not be any extraneous tuples, and the data should be like previously before breaking those relation in 2 parts. So original data should be there, no extra tuples. Now we will study about property of fifth normal form. A relation R is in fifth normal form if and only if it satisfies the following condition. First condition is always that it should be satisfying the previous normal form, that is fourth normal form. So the relation is already in fourth normal form. Then we will talk about fifth normal form. Now it cannot be further non-loss decomposed or joint dependency. So basically non-loss decomposed is joint dependency, means there should not be any loss in the data. Here is an example. Consider the above schema with a case as if a company makes a product, an agent is an agent for that company, then he always sells the product for the company. So already we have discussed about that example. Now we are trying to do some changes in that example. If a company makes a product and an agent is an agent for that company, so company and agent, some changes are there, but if you see the column names or attributes are same, agent, company and product, then he always sells the product for that company. This A1 is the agent and he is selling for this company, then he is always selling this product for this company. And here we can see there are some other things also, that A1 is also selling bolt also for this XYZ company rather than PQR for nut. The relation ACP, agent, company and product, is again decomposed into three relations. Now the natural join of all three relations will be shown as. So we have broken down this into three relations. First is table R1, A1, A1, A2 for company name, PQR, XYZ, PQR. Then the other table R2, we have separated them on the basis of agent and product. So nut bolt. Here we have third table R3 where company named as PQR and XYZ and products are nut and bolt. So result of natural join of R1 and R3 over company. So we have joined them. Firstly, R1 and R3 are joined over company name because they are same. And then the natural join of R13 and R2 because R1 and 3 are combined. So R13 and R2 over agent and product will be table ACP. So now we have again reached from where we started. Hence, in this example, all the redundancies are eliminated and the decomposition of ACP is a lossless joint decomposition. Therefore, the relation is in 5NF as it does not violate the property of lossless join. Thank you.